And that cycle is simply a coping cycle. This is the Polyvagal Theory, and this is what happens predictably with activation of the fight or flight response via the sensory process of the vagus nerve. The top, life is light. Think of a child. Children playing, flexible thinking, emotional regulation, planning, prioritizing self-control. Think of the flow state. And then as we have activation of the fight or flight response, then we drop down into worry, irritation, anxiety, frustration, fear, anger, panic, rage. And then after that system is exhausted, then we're in the full Walking Dead mode of numb, depressed, trapped, hopeless. And this is where I found myself at a couple points in my life. In high school, after the car accident, I'd been addicted to pain pills, muscle relaxers, smoked copious amounts of marijuana for a year, and I walked with a limp. Part of my face was paralyzed from the nerve damage, and I just thought to myself, is this life worth living? And the answer, if you're there and you're having this question, the answer is no. That life is not worth living. But it does not mean that death is the answer, and that's why so many people commit suicide in this area, because they're already preparing for death neurologically. So in the next slides, we're going to talk about 4 Ds of The Walking Dead in order to prevent people from getting to this point so they can identify where they're at on that process. Because we don't just go from fully alive to fully dead. There is a predictable pathway. And if you can notice the keys and the signs, then you can stop that cycle and then bring it up rather than waiting until it's already all the way down at the bottom part.